Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a layout share. And again, I seem to have amassed 24, I believe it is, before doing a layout share. And so I'm going to go through these as quickly as I can. I'm going to move the stack over here and I will kind of lay this down. I really need a different kind of light. Um, but I suppose we all need something and don't manage to get it. Anyway, um, let me just kind of look at the back on this. I'm going to say, since these started uh, July 17th and this has diamonds, I think this was from week one of the summer challenge. And I combine challenges in several of these. Most of these have their own process videos, but some do not, because on the Sunday when um, the challenge closes for the week and the new rules are coming out, I try to rush maybe late Saturday night or early Sunday mornings and get a few more layouts in. So if I have photos already printed and I can do layouts pretty quickly, I'll do a few and not worry about um, making videos. This one uses, I think this was the very first page I made with the new Bold and Bright collection by Vicki Boutin, and I absolutely love it. As I look at this, the pink and the lime green and the yellow and the purple and the red together, I I just absolutely love it. Okay, and these are a couple of photos that Adam, Scrappy Adam, as you may know him, uh, fairly recently sent me. Let me move these over a bit. And so this is a picture of him with his housemates, and that's his mom. I wish we had gotten a better photo of her. I didn't know that until he sent me this that her eyes were closed in this, but she's just the sweetest thing. She has this little kind of a garden shed, and underneath this photo, you can see the Welch flag, and then this she put a U.S. flag up there because I was visiting. It was just amazing. And this is I forget the name of the city, but it's fairly near Manchester, and this was in Manchester, where Adam lives. Okay, next page is a I like how this photo is edited because it was there. You can see the two of us. You can see there's a stadium and a skyline behind us, and we're at the Def Leppard, Journey, and Steve Miller concert, and there's a diamond here, so I know that was also week one. Week or this one actually, I had some. I used a bubbly stamp and then a bubbly um, some texture paste through a bubbly stencil, and that's all because of this this photo of the tubing down the Guadalupe River, which was something John and I used to do a lot when we became empty nesters. These are a couple photos that James took at on an early morning run at Central Park, and I used a bunch of stash. This is for these are the 6-inch paper pads, so that must have been um, mini paper madness. I used a couple flare that came from Adam, and today is Adam's birthday, so let's all wish Adam a happy birthday. Um, this is some. These are some Paige Evans papers, and from a couple different collections. I know this is from Splendid, and this is from Garden Shop. I think those two are Splendid. And I put this one upside down because this lily actually bloom when it blooms. The blooms are on the plant upside down, so it's kind of cool. And I love that diamond stencil. This is one of my very favorite collections ever. It's Lemonade Stand by Bo Bunny, and it's, I don't know, goes back maybe to 2011. And I wouldn't have imagined using this as a background page, but it works just perfectly. It was inspired by this logo. That's the Steve Miller Band logo. And this is what was on the big screen. And then this was the guys on the stage. And so that's actually one photo. And what they did was down below the big screen, they put up some white screens to provide a backdrop for the band, who were all dressed in dark clothes, which is really kind of a cool look. And here's some more photos from that concert. And here's sticker sneeze or embellishment crowding or whatever you want to call it. I was doing several different um, challenges on that one. I know one of the challenges was to use squares. So there are my squares topped with flare and wood veneer and all kinds of fun things. This was a this was a scrap lift for Scrap Squad, and the original had threads going from in these triangle shapes, and thread and sewing and needles. I guess it's not the thread that bothers me; it's the needles. I don't I I don't do well with needles, and so I just cut triangles out of paper. This is a mix of, I know that this is fernwood and that's fernwood, and these florals are from Storyteller, and I think that paper is from Storyteller. Now I've switched from Vicki Boutin to 49 and Market, and I love this page. I love it. The 49 and Market newsprint paper already came with the ink splatters in the colors, and I stamped them with these, what I'm calling balls of yarn, because there's a cat in the picture, and then I did the black splatters. And this is a photo of Elizabeth Worthington's cat Silver, who apparently likes the sound of my voice and likes watching my videos. So there she is. And this is from Christmas in July, and it's celebrating the Christmas that Ava got a couple of Taylor Swift albums and tickets to see Taylor Swift on the Eras tour in Phoenix. And I used some white cardstock and cut these four shapes out of them, and then backed them with photos here and pattern paper there, and I used some fussy cut embellishments. These are from a Pink Fresh collection, and these I know are from a Photoplay collection. I don't know what this, I think it's a clear sticker that I put on white cardstock and then just didn't use. And then I have some non-Christmas supplies, and this background is a gift from my friend Sharon. So this is kind of a mishmash of stuff, and I just love it. I love it. And here's a crazy one. This was a mixed media mayhem, and the recipe was blue, black, and gold. So I used a circly stencil, a 12 by 12 circly stencil, and sprayed, um, I think, three different sprays in black and gold. And then I had a spray that wouldn't work, so I did these little splotchy things in with the tip of the sprayer, and they look more black than blue, so I used a different stencil and just did blue around. And then I have gears and buttons and butterflies and these vellum circles from Storyteller, and then this tag from, I think it's Sweet Rush, and a Bramble Fox title. I love how this page turned out. It's a photo that I'm sure Barrett's not happy that I scrapped, because he was embarrassed when we did this. That's a sign that we carried at his last football game as a senior in high school. And we brought it, and I think it must have been Katie who put it up on the tree, and I managed to get a photo of it. This is a Pink Fresh Friday page. I used a background paper that I really thought I might not ever use. It's not my favorite, but I dressed it up with a lot of, again, a kind of a sticker sneeze of stuff to kind of follow the arched lines, and to document the fact that I recently have acquired a handicap placard for the car to get better parking at concerts, I think, is so that I'm not in such pain by the time I reach my seat. This is Simple Story Saturday, and it's a frame from one collection, a background paper from a different collection, and pattern papers from a birthday collection and from a summer collection. So we've got it all here, and it's talking about the margarita tasting, what do you call it, margarita flight that we got before that concert that I documented later. This is a page that, and I didn't get permission to show these, to publish these photos, so I covered them up when I posted them. But they're friends who were at the table at the retreat that I went to, and this is a collection of different Pink Fresh flowers. I used a background. This was, it had switched, I guess, to Hexagon Day. And so these are some hexagons back there. So I will cover that up now with this page, which is, that's all fernwood back there with an all-important purple strip that's from, and the fernwood represents natural, their natural colors and natural images from nature. And then the purple is indicative of the very unnatural but gorgeous hair color that Katie added in kind of a peekaboo fashion. This is what it looks like when it's just down, and then when you kind of peel back some of the layers, you see that. So, and then I sprayed the title in the hot pink and purple colors that are in there. I love this page. That was that a scrap lift too? I think it was, because the small bits of paper going down. This is one of the first pages. No, I guess I have the other one up. This is from the June Hip Kit Club kit, and it's I created this on Mick Jagger's 81st birthday. which also would have been my mother's 114th birthday. I guess that's the is that is that correct? 104th birthday. And um, these are photos from last year in Times Square, different photos taken by different people at different times of the same display, wishing him happy birthday on his 80th. So I used the cityscape images, and I believe this is a scrap a sketch. Let me check that to be sure. Scrap Squad Sunday. So that's a Scrap Squad lift. Who knew? And then this is a 2-pager. It was made, these were made as companion pages. This one was done first and this one was done second. They are both Scrap-A-Sketch sketches, and I used a combination because this is Vicky and that's Paige. I used a combination of Vicky and Paige supplies, including stamps and embellishments and papers. That's Paige, Vicky, Paige. I don't know who that is. I think that's Paige as well. And there were some different requirements needed. This one was for Mixed Media Mayhem, and I don't know. Anyway, I don't do double page layouts, but I decided that I wanted to do 2 different sketches that didn't look anything alike, but use the same same collections, mix the same collections, and see how well they looked together in my album. So that's kind of what that is. And I actually did that again here. I did this page first, and then I went back when they changed to hexagons. I did this page because it had that big old hexagon on the background page. And this is the July kit at Hip Kit Club. So you can see those kind of go together, and they're both vacation spots, that favorite vacation spots that of John's and mine. And so it makes perfect sense for them to be together in the same album. And this is that's from this past Scrap Squad Sunday. This page is maybe one of my favorite pages ever. This is I'm gonna move this so that that's not as close to the camera. I'm switching now. This is another Scrap-A-Sketch sketch, and Scrap-A-Sketch sketches are designed by a good friend, Lisa, and this is her son, Johnny. And last year, she sent me this photo of Johnny with the Liverpool skyline in the background. He's on a ferry crossing the Mersey. And so that brought to mind that song. And then who knew I would see this photo. I follow a lot of those music, particularly music throwback kinds of sites on social media. So I got this picture of Jerry Marsden of Jerry and the Pacemakers, and the same skyline is in the background. Not exactly the same angle or exactly the same view, but I thought it was just perfect. And this, again, I went back to the June kind of cityscape collection with Hip Kit Clubs, and I used the negatives of a skyline that I had cut for a previous layout, and it was hexagon week, so I used hexagons underneath my clusters and titled it Ferry Cross the Mersey. And when I posted it, I was able to find that music. And so when you look at my posts online, it'll have that background music. And what I thought was kind of cool is it's Jerry and the Pacemakers, and these days I walk around with my very own pacemaker in my heart. So this is one of those sheets that the layout is already done for you, and it was Hexagon Week, and it was easy to print photos to go in there, and it required metal, so I added some metal brads here in 3 places, and I did some stenciling to add some smudges, and I did some stitching. So this probably took me, not counting printing and sizing and cutting the photos, but it took me about 5 minutes to do that, and that's kind of handy, and I love it, and it was perfect for the week. This is a stash busting page. I have a little tray of miscellaneous orphaned supplies that do not go with one another. These are obviously Project Life cards, and the rest of these are embellishments from various collections, and you may or may not uh, recognize some of those. I combined styles and colors and all kinds of things, and uh, had no idea what photo I was going to use. I think originally I thought I might use 2 or 3 or very small photos, and then I thought I can use the space, the blocks here to just pile on embellishments. There's my hexagon for Hexagon Week, and I noticed at the end of it that I had used the word grateful twice. I started to take one off and thought, no, let me go find a photo that I'm grateful for, that kind of sparks that thought in me. And I found this one. I had grabbed it off of James's Facebook and put it in my favorites. And I went, and it just seeing that look of happiness on Katie's face as she's leaning over against Crapaw there. And it's a breakfast restaurant that I always hated, but everybody else loved. And so there were happy times, and I spent my time there instead of eating or ordering. I spent my time there taking pictures. So I have lots and lots of pictures from that breakfast restaurant. And this was when the kids were younger, and that was just the kind of place they loved to go, and we didn't have to worry too much about them being noisy because everybody was noisy. It just a happy memory, and I love the photo, and I could sit here and just look at that all day. And her shirt was purple, and I knew I had left this purple spot open for a photo, so I cropped it until I could get the right size, and I just absolutely love it. This one is kind of a happy birthday page for Adam. Again, absolute stash buster of a page. This I recognize as, this is what I chose first. That's a Bella Boulevard paper. And I went through my Scrap Backwards kit and found this paper with clouds. And I had seen somebody, I want to say maybe Wendy Meffin, I believe it was a Bramble Fox page, that had torn strips of clouds. And so when I found the water and decided I was going to tear it in strips, I thought, well, let's do clouds in strips, and then I'll scrap in between. And I went looking for, with water and sky, I had to find a beach photo, and I knew I had one in La Rochelle, which was one of the stops on our Vicki Boutin cruise that we took in 2022. And so I had this perfect one that actually shows the sky and the water, except the water is the color of my sky and the sky is the color of my water. So it's Freaky Friday here. Anyway, I used a bunch of stash on this one. These bubbles were from a sticker sheet that I got from Christina Sorge at the retreat. That's a Bramble Fox Seagull. This is a Vicky Bouton stamp that I did on a million different pattern papers and then um, fussy cut them out. These are some flowers from I want to say that's Cocoa Vanilla. These are Paige Evans Garden Shop. That's a Vicky Bouton. Um, that's somebody else entirely. I don't know who that is. Don't know where these little goofy flowers came from. And this is a Pink Fresh, I think. Have some Be Valiant banners there from the class, and I used a Scrap a Sketch stencil there, and a Bramble Fox pin and some twine connecting those two. I just had a lot of fun with this one. And this wood veneer sandcastle is from Bramble Fox as well. And this is another one of those. These hexagons were cut from circles that were from a single sheet of paper. I just got them so I could punch out these hexagons, and then I printed a photo of this photo of Barrett and Ava was in on James's Facebook, and I've never seen it before, and I just absolutely love it. So I printed that and die cut it into a hexagon. Needed blue for the page, so I found a blue tag in my junk ephemera. More junk ephemera, everything there was in my junk ephemera. That's a Flare Hut flare. Those are 49 and Market Hearts. Bramble Fox plus an arrow and star. And that's a Bramble Fox hexagon wood veneer tag, and it just looks like he's taking her and going to lead her on an adventure, and so that's why I picked that Bramble Fox title. So that's it, and these last four, do not have videos. I think everything else does. So I thank you very much for watching, and I will be doing another share, I think, right before my surgery. So look for that maybe on the 12th, or it may go live on the 13th. Because those will be the last layouts I'll be able to do for a while, and certainly no videos for a while after that, because I won't be able to reach. I won't have much mobility. And I've actually also learned that the height of my table is such that I'm not, with my arm in a cast, I'm gonna be down to one hand. So it's gonna be difficult. So I will keep you posted on all of that. I find out for sure if I'm gonna be if I'm approved to go for the surgery when I go for my pre-op meetings on Wednesday of this week, day after tomorrow. And I will, that's where they tell me whether it's okay to get anesthesia after having had COVID so recently. So fingers crossed. I appreciate all of you. And my 2000 subby hop is coming up on this Thursday, the 8th. And if you're interested and you're on Facebook, you can go to Scrappy Inspiration YouTube and Instagram hops. It's a long name, but Scrappy Inspiration, look for that. And there's a pinned post there where you can sign up, put your channel link if you want me to use that, or if you make a video, put your direct link, or put your Instagram handle if you just want to post something on Instagram. But I'd love for, since we're celebrating my subbies, I'd love for all of you who are, follow me and subscribe. to participate if you'd like, and at least to join in when the hop goes live on Thursday. And Thursday is, or would have been, our 43rd anniversary. So you know I'm doing a John page. So I thank you all. Love you much. Bye.